stops in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just seen the shocking scenes from the recent Airindia flight A171 crash. This is a developing story that has revealed a major weakness behind the scenes, specifically failures in record management that may have contributed to this tragic event. Assalamualaikum, good day and welcome to our special news coverage titled Airindia Crash Exposed Record Management Failure. We are the reporting team from BA262 weekly for BTM453 Records Management Technology. My name is Yusamini Farhana binti Yusuf, and my reporting team members are Wan Zulaika Yasmin binti Wan Zulkifli, Sabaria Mariam binti Sakaria, Nuri Sofia binti Fan Sakamat, Shasha Umaira binti Mama Hairuddin, and Siti Novara Adila binti Mama Azizi. Let's now go straight to the details of the crash. This breaking news has highlighted the importance of accurate and timely records management in airline operations. So without proper records, tracking aircraft maintenance, safety inspection, and technical updates becomes a dangerous route. For today's report, we will analyze the Airindia flight A171 crash, investigate the records and information governance failures involved, link this incident to emerging technologies, and propose strategic solutions to strengthen record management in the future. With that, I will now pass the reporting to Nuri, who will continue with a deeper analysis of the record management issues involved in this case.
Well, thank you, Mimi. Now, I will start with the case background for the Airindia crash. The crash happened on 12 June 2025 and involved a Boeing 7878 Dreamliner registered as BTM453. The flight was going from Ahmedabad to London with a stop in Delhi. Just 32 seconds after takeoff, the plane crashed into a medical hostel in Meghalinagar, Ahmedabad. There were 242 people on board. Sadly, 241 lost their life and only one person survived. On the ground, 30 to 33 civilians were also killed in the crash. The aircraft was 10.7 years old and was powered by GE Aerospace Gen X 1B67 engines. Now let's go to the key investigation focus. The investigation into the crash of Airindia flight AI171 is still ongoing. So far, it's been confirmed that the aircraft suddenly lost thrust from both engines shortly after takeoff. There was also a suspect malfunction with the wings flaps, and the landing gear was not retracted, which may have caused extra drag. Because of this, the plane likely stalled in the air due to an aerodynamic imbalance and crashed just 32 seconds after takeoff. Investigators are looking into several possible causes: sabotage or terrorism already ruled out full contamination, maintenance errors, and pilot error or miscommunication. Both black boxes have been recovered, and experts are now analyzing the flight data and cockpit recordings to find the exact cause. So, why this case is matter? It is because this was the first ever fatal crash involving a Boeing 787 Dreamliner since the aircraft entered service. The incident has raised serious concern about maintenance practice, how the crew respond during the emergency, and the training they receive. Because of this, Airindia is now under review. Authorities are checking its safety procedures, and other airlines may also face stricter rules. It has also pushed global aviation bodies to relook at international safety standards to help prevent similar tragedies in the future. Now, I will pass to Yasmin for the next part, which is the records and information governance issue.
Thank you, Nuri, for the informative and well-structured report on the case background. Now, I will continue with the next part of our report, which is focusing on the records and information governance issues that were identified during the investigation of flight AI171. The investigation into the Airindia flight AI171 tragedy revealed multiple failures in records and information governance. Firstly, Airindia did not implement a centralized electronic records management system, or ARMS. This resulted in incomplete and disorganized maintenance records, some of which were missing entirely. Secondly, there was no metadata or audit trail for communications between the pilot and air traffic control. This made it nearly impossible to trace key actions and decisions leading up to the crash. In addition, critical data was not stored in a secure or cloud-based system. The lack of backup or digital archive posed serious limitation to the investigation. Most notably, the airline had no disaster recovery plan, which meant that vital information could not be recovered when it was needed the most. This issue highlights the urgent need for effective records management and information governance, especially in high-risk industries such as aviation. Now, that we have identified the governance issues, let us explore the source of information that investigators relied on to piece together the timeline of the tragedy. Following the crash of Air India flight AI-171, investigators collected multiple sources of data to reconstruct the events leading up to the incident. These include video recordings from airport CCTV and surrounding areas, which provided visual evidence of the aircraft final moments. Investigators also referred to maintenance records, although many were incomplete or outdated due to poor records management. To further support the investigation, flight simulations were conducted to replicate the aircraft trajectory and system response based on available data. Most importantly, data from the black box, comprising the cockpit voice recorder CVR and flight data recorder FDR, was retrieved and analyzed to understand pilot communication and flight behavior. These sources were essential in uncovering the truth, but they also highlighted significant gaps in how critical records were handled and stored. Next, I will pass to Farah or tell about emerging technologies report.
Thank you, Ms. Fazulakayati. For the next part, I would like to explain about the importance of emerging technology. In the digital era, protecting customer data is more important than ever. That's where blockchain technology steps in. Blockchain secure customer record, ensuring privacy and trustworthy data sharing. It allows personal data to be stored safely and only shared when it is absolutely necessary. Through blockchain-based identity verification service, users can manage their own digital identity securely and deciding exactly who see what and when. For example, customer purchasing information can be stored on blockchain while protecting sensitive details such as e-ticket. Not only that, baggage tracking across multiple carriers is seamless with real-time updates that ensure your luggage never goes missing. With blockchain, airline can protect customer privacy, firmly operations and build lasting trust in sky and beyond. The Internet of Things or IoT is enabling real-time monitoring and smart automation. IoT allows airlines to track aircraft components and continually detecting performance issues early through predicting maintenance. This means it's about delay, reducing costs and enhanced safety. With flight tracking system, real-time data ensure better communications between pilot, air traffic control, and improving flight accuracy and condition. IoT also power real-time baggage tracking, giving passenger peace of mind by showing exactly where their luggage is at all the time. On board, in flight, service personalization allow passenger to adjust lighting, seat, temperature, or entertainment that make the journey more comfortable. Internet of Things enhance operational efficiency, improve security, and deliver a smart, more personalized flying experience to enhance a better operational, improve security, provide a better customer experience.
Thank you, Farah. Now I will continue with my part, which is information of governance failures. So the first one is insufficient regulatory readiness. The crash of Air India flight AI-171 has brought to light the issue of insufficient regulatory readiness within India's aviation oversight framework. Within seconds of takeoff, however, the landing gear retraction process appears to have failed, and the plane's emergency power generator was likely deployed. Experts say these failures indicate that the plane could have experienced a catastrophic loss of hydraulic, electrical, or engine power while airborne. The second one is the lack of transparency. Air India raised criticism from safety experts regarding the delays in analyzing the black box data, as respondents had recovered the crash-protected memory unit from the front recorder and the data has been downloaded. However, the ministry added that the analysis of both the cockpit voice recorder CVR and the flight data recorder FDR are currently in progress. Moving on to the next slide. The next failure will be failure in training adequacy. The instruction from the Directorate General of Civil Aviation (DGCA) has directed Air India to remove 3 official names in the order, which has been removed upon systematic failures in crew scheduling, compliance monitoring, and internal accountability. They are also obligated to take disciplinary actions and report on steps taken within 10 days, as well as license suspension for future violations. The last one will be failure in compliance data management. Air India demonstrated as failure in compliance with data management standards following the AI-171 crash. Despite the launch of a dedicated black box lab in April 2025, the facility lacked the technical capability to fully retrieve data from the damaged flight recorders, which delaying the investigation process. Additionally, the crash site suffered significant structural damage, further limiting the ability of Indian authorities to extract and preserve critical data locally. The shortcomings highlight non-compliance with essential data governance practices, including inadequate preparedness, for data recovery, insufficient backup systems, and failure to ensure immediate access to crucial flight information during a crisis. That's all from me, and now I will pass this to Sabaria.
Thank you, Shasha. Following the tragic crash of Air India Flight 171 in June 2025, the airline and regulatory bodies were under intense pressure to act swiftly and decisively. Let's take a closer look at the three of the most critical strategic solutions taken in the aftermath. First, let's look at point number one, which is holding Boeing accountable. Air India has formally initiated a review process with Boeing, seeking detailed technical assessment on the Dreamliner 787-8 model. The airline has demanded answers regarding any possible design, manufacturing, or system oversight that could have contributed to the crash. In parallel, regulators and the legal teams are evaluating whether Air India Future's aircraft procedure strategy should continue to rely on Boeing. This move signals a shift in how airline holds manufacturers responsible not just for building safe aircraft, but also for proactively addressing potential failure. It's not just about blame, it's about long-term accountability and trust in aviation partnership. The next point is regulatory action. In response to the crash, India Aviation Regulator, the DGCA, immediately enforced emergency inspection across Air India-wide for the fleet. This inspection were not limited to a single aircraft type but applied to the entire sector. To ensure transparency and technical integrity, international bodies like the US NTSB and the UK's AAIB were brought into collaboration. Together, they initiated a sector-wide audit focusing on mechanical systems such as fuel lines, thrust mechanisms, and flight controls. This joint regulatory approach reflects the growing trends of cross-border aviation safety enforcement in the face of large-scale disaster. We move to the third point, which is crisis communication. Crisis communication played a key role in managing public perception and supporting affected families. The CEO of Air India personally led multiple press briefings, providing timely updates and expressing the airline accountability. A dedicated helpline and support team were activated within hours to assist victim families with information, logistics, and emotional support. In addition, Air India offered a trauma counseling for staff, especially the ground crew and internal teams dealing with the aftermath. This transparent and human-centered communication strategy helped preserve trust amid overwhelming public grief. I will now pass it over to Yusamini Farhana to conclude the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you for all the reports. So, our investigation has revealed. First, the crash shows the critical role of record management in aviation safety. Inaccurate, incomplete, or outdated maintenance records can lead to catastrophic system failures. And to prevent future tragedies, airlines must begin using emerging technologies including cloud-based record management for real-time data access, AI-powered predictive maintenance to detect system issues before they cause failure, and blockchain-secure safety logs to ensure records are permanent and cannot be tampered. With this proper record management, it can be save lives, enable faster decision-making, and strengthen safety protocols. Our final message is, organizations must prioritize information governance to protect life and prevent future disasters. In conclusion, the Air India crash is a powerful reminder that record management is not just a paperwork, it is a life-saving system. And with the right record management and technologies, such strategy can be prevented. Thank you for following our special report.